All right, so guys, the other day, a few days ago, I did a video on these round bales and putting a cattle panel around it, and we couldn't get the whole thing around it. Well, after about 4 bales, this thing is going around pretty easy now with almost no gap left for them to crawl into. So they're not able to crawl through these links. I got them down to 2 links. And I think, the same size bales, it's just the fact that this cattle panel has got a curvature in it now that it didn't have before. It's easier to pull it. In fact, I could probably get this together if I really tried and get it down to a single link. But 2 links is fine. So I've got 2 links going all the way down here to keep them from crawling in on this. We put a new bale out the other day. This bale, you can tell it's got a little bit of sage grass in it, which isn't good. There's no basically nutritional value in it. But for the most part, it's mostly hay. Should do okay for them for a while. You can tell you can see they're sticking their nose in it. They make little holes with their with their nose, and then they eat out. They pull out from the center that what they want to eat. So there's holes all the way around this thing where they've stuck their noses. That's kind of funny. Anyway, I figured I'd come out here and sit next to this bale of hay while I tell you about a major mistake that I did. I feel kind of bad about it in a few actually different ways. First, a basic history. I started off doing sheep when we first moved off grid. We started with Shropshires. It's a commercial breed of sheep, and I've told people before on the channel that is probably one of the worst breeds you can start with if you're trying to raise sheep naturally, organically, without medicines, without chemicals, without vaccines. Commercial breed, almost anything today, require medicines to stay alive. They have been bred in such a way that they produce the most meat, they produce the most whatever they are going to produce, and they're bigger and fatter, and they produce the most money for the farmer who's raising them. However, the trade-off in all of that is that they have a significant reduction in health, immunity, all the things that keep something alive. So you have to medicate them. And Shropshires, Hampshires, some of these commercial breeds that are out there, they require about every 30 days drugs to keep them alive. Otherwise, they will die from parasites, barber pole worms, whatever. Something's going to kill them. Something is going to attack their immune system and kill them. They're not hardy at all. However, heritage breed sheep are more hardy. They can withstand the parasite pressures and other things that take a toll, that would take a toll on one's health. So I stupidly jumped into Shropshire sheep, and they kept dying one after another. Finally, someone sat me down and said, Zach, you need to get heritage breed sheep, and then they will do a much better job. See, new ones, eventually they come over and they say, hi, how you doing? They come over and say hello. Hi. Anyway, so that's the deal. I have learned my lesson. I use only St. Croix sheep. It's a good, hardy heritage breed. Because they're originally from the Caribbean, the St. Croix sheep will do well in hot temperatures. They do well here, and they can tolerate a very high parasite load and do completely fine. They stay happy, they stay fat, they stay healthy, no problems. So last year, I did something really stupid. I have kind of, for the most part, shied away from the Katahdins. Katahdins are another heritage breed sheep. However, and you guys let me know in the comments below your experience and what you have come across, but around here, it seems like Katahdins are more susceptible to parasites. They're more susceptible to barber pole worms. They're more susceptible to different things that can harm their immunity. And stupid, I went out and I bought an adult ram who was mostly Katahdin, had a little bit of St. Croix and a little bit of Dorper, but mostly probably around 70% or maybe 80% Katahdin. And I brought that ram into my herd. And the offspring of that ram have not done well. I have lost now 3 lambs this year, and just in the last few weeks, last couple weeks actually, to barber pole worms. What I'm assuming is barber pole worms. All the signs are barber pole, and they just have not done well combined with the cold and with just that breed. All my St. Croix are fantastic. These are all my St. Croix out there. All my adult St. Croix are doing fantastic. They're fat, they're healthy, they're happy. But I veered off from that, and I was like, darn it, I was so stupid. So hopefully in the next week or two, I'm going to be bringing in another St. Croix mature ram to breed my ewes, and that will hopefully restore things back to order. But you know, it's just one of those things where you have to learn. You learn by experience. You learn what's going to work, what's not going to work, and you talk to people. You see what their experiences are, especially in your area. Every area is different. What may affect you in some sort of parasite load 3 counties over, they may have a completely different experience with that same breed. And so I know people who I talk to in our county or in another county who have Katahdins, and they have no problems, and they don't medicate. But for some reason, this mountaintop, Katahdins don't do well. And I knew that. We knew that, didn't we? We knew that. What were we thinking? What was I thinking? She doesn't even want to talk to me. She's like, you're so stupid. What were you thinking? You have nothing to say, do you? She just doesn't even want to look at me. Anyway, I just made a dumb mistake. And so I've lost three lambs. I sold a few of the lambs. Listen, I have other people who want to buy some lambs from me right now, and I'm telling them no sales. All sales are cut off until I can figure out if what I've got now on the ground is going to survive. And I think they might. Oh, now you want to talk to me, huh? Sort of. Maybe. Hi. This is one of our oldest ewes, and she's been with us the longest. So she knows, like I do, that what works and what doesn't. But she's one of my best mamas. She's pure St. Croix. I think she's got a little bit of Dorper in her. So not pure St. Croix. Anyway, but I've never had an issue with the St. Croix and the Dorper mix. But man, I made a dumb mistake. But lesson learned. Again, this whole thing is about learning through experience. Talk to people who are around you. Talk to what other farmers, see what they have that works, and then make your decisions. You're going to make dumb moves. But here's the reality. The reason I'm doing this video is because I'm going to be coming out with another video coming up soon. I'm only going to be able to put that video on Rumble because, yes, YouTube hates us. YouTube hates us, don't they? They hate us. And so I can't talk about what I want to talk about here on YouTube with that second part of this video that's kind of related to this topic, because in a very short time, I think it's going to be very, very important that you produce your own protein. And I think it's going to be very hard to get protein. Let's just leave it at that. I'm going to do a video coming out on Rumble because I can't put it up on YouTube, and we'll talk about it. Won't we? We'll talk about it. Yeah. I do. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the video. Leave your comments below. Let me know what sheep breeds you're using. I'm going to stick with the St. Croix and with the Dorper mix. I'm not going to do the Katahdins anymore. Let me know. But see, again, it's all about variations and where you're located and what affects you where you're located. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you've got and what you're dealing with. Even if it's cattle, you don't have sheep, you have goats. Let me know your struggles below. I want to hear about it. Because what you post down below may help someone else. And, we'll do another video about this here coming up soon. Something I can't talk about on YouTube, but it's related to the same topic. Also, check out our merchandise, teespring.com. Stupid shit hurt. Listen, it hurts when you're stupid, and I made a dumb mistake. So, yeah, I know. She forgives me. Don't you forgive me? Yes, you do. Anyway, Yeah. We'll talk later. See you next time in the homestead. Bye. This is Grandma. Grandma survived the Great Depression. She survived the Great Depression because her supply chain was local and she knew how to do stuff. Grandma was smart. Grandma told us to make do with what you got. She also said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Homesteading is all about self-reliance and declaring ourselves to be independent from the system. We grow our own food, we raise our own animals, and doing these things helps safeguard our families from the unpredictable world that surrounds us. But what about banking? I love being my own power company, but what about being my own bank? Right now, our country is over $30 trillion in debt and rising. The Fed keeps printing money, and the Congress won't stop spending money. Staying attached to the modern banking system and their investment vehicles is like putting all of your eggs in one very, very fragile basket. On one side, you have the threat of inflation and your savings value floating away. And the other side is a possible deflationary stock market collapse, just like what happened in the 1930s. Genesis Gold Group is like a basket holding eggs, and these eggs are impossible to break. History shows us that all paper investments have and will return to their intrinsic value eventually. Zero. But gold, silver, and other precious metals have never, ever been worthless. In every collapse throughout history, people have turned back to precious metals to find monetary value. If you have a 401k, an IRA, or a savings account where you're literally watching the purchasing power inflate away, give Genesis Gold Group a call right now, today, this instant. They can develop a strategy for you in the days ahead. I can tell you how I raise sheep, I can tell you how I raise chickens, or the best way to grow tomatoes, or how to hook up a solar panel. But Genesis Gold Group is your best shot at safeguarding your hard-earned savings and investments during this increasingly turbulent time in history. The link and phone number is in the description below, or visit their website at genesisgoldgroup.com. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.